Two trans women win election in historic moment for LGBT+ visibility in India.
Here's a summary of the article.
Devika Akka was one of two trans women elected in India. Two transgender women have won local elections in their villages in India in an incredible history-making moment. Both women were elected to the Gram Panchayat, a form of local government operating in villages in India, on Wednesday. Devika Akka, a transgender woman, was elected in Ward 7 of the Salagrama Panchayat, while a woman known as Sudha won the election in Kalahalli. S.J. Gunapal Jain, a former Gram Panchayat member in the village, said Devika was the first transgender person to be elected to local government in the village. Locals voted for her, especially her colony residents, he said of Devika, according to the Times of India. Sudha was elected to the Kalahalli Panchayat after securing 622 votes in the first Gram Panchayat election in the village in 26 years.
This post received a score of 16,000, with an upvote ratio of 81%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Is it me or do they look like the same person?
It is the same person. The caption only names one name. I assume they couldn't get a photo for the second woman and some poor editorial decision led them to stick on two photos to somehow mask that. As if it's a problem anyway that they couldn't get a photo.
It's probably an Indian Chronicles post lels. Here you go, no source better than this one, LMAO.
I think there is a confusion. Here in India, intersex people who are born with both male and female anatomies, are called transgenders, contrary to the Western world, I think, correct me if I am wrong. This is a big deal because intersex people are the OME of the most disenfranchised people in India.
I think there's still a lot of confusion in this thread, and to be honest I don't completely understand either, but I recommend reading the wiki article on Hijra. Hijra seems to be different than the concept of transgender we have in the West. Instead, it is a third gender for anyone who does not fit into male or female. So this does include transgender and intersex people, as well as eunuchs. So for that reason, I've noticed that when speaking to someone from India, they often use the words transgender, intersex and eunuch interchangeably.
They are not the most disenfranchised though compared to other LGBTQ. Intersex has been mildly common in India for millennia, so there are more accepting people here irrespective of rural or urban population. LGBTQ+, however, is considered sinful, criminal, foreign concept by many even in cities.
I hope they do something good and not end up like most politicians.
I hope they don't end up the same. Lol.
Weird, but people in India consider LGBTQ+ politicians to be more trustworthy. There is no empirical evidence that members of that community are more trustworthy, but people often feel that if you have no children of your own and no future family, you have no reason to be corrupt and amass wealth aside from what you need to live well enough. Kind of like how here in the US so many people believe that Trump would not be corrupt because he's already a billionaire.
I dunno how big a part the superstition plays in it, maybe a lot. Hijras are one of the most marginalized communities here. They face ridicule, are denied the most basic respect, education, and meaningful employment. Yet the ones I've spoken to are the kindest, most open-minded people.
Here in India, people and media for God knows reason, label intersex people, generally known as Hazadas or Kannars in Hindi, as transgender people. And as everyone call them transgender, everyone think that this is the group that represents the T in Western LGBTQ+ community. But the notion of transgender in West is completely different than that. And I am no Westerner, so don't know much whether the LGBTQ+ does include intersex people or not. And in the context of article, they are definitely talking about intersex person and not transgender person.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.